Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and I got to do this video for you guys because I need you to see something very, very important. I just shot a video for my group and sent it into the group to let them know what was going on with the charts. As of today, today's date is July 8th, and so there's a lot of news events that just came out, and the market shot up like crazy, shot down like crazy. They just all over the place, and they did it twice this week. This video is to help you guys kind of understand exactly what's going on. So here, let me kind of exit out of here and kind of show you the charts. So here is Euro CAD. As you can see, boom, last night. And again, today is July the 8th. So this was experienced after the London session last night. Here goes Euro AUD. I'm sorry, Euro NZD, Euro AUD, boom. So the Euros kind of shot up. This one is waiting to pop. Woohoo! Don't say you didn't. I didn't tell you. But the point is that a lot of these had just dropped dramatically. Very sharp, fast-paced moves that had taken place. Now look at this. Just collapsed. And some of you guys were probably in some of these trades when it happened. So here's what I want you guys to know as fellow retail traders. And which, by the way, the system did an amazing job of picking these up. But the point is, I want you guys to understand that there is a big reason why I continue to do videos telling you guys that you have to learn how to manage your money and to also learn about fundamentals. Most retail traders who I have spoken to are always saying, oh man, you don't need that fundamental news, man. All you need is price action. Price action is king. Price action, until they get into one of these kind of trades where all hell done broke loose. And let me go to a blank chart. See, and they're in this trade for this buy, and then boom, the thing just drops off the map. You know, it just falls off. And now they're wondering, hey, what happened? What happened? Well, you know, somebody was trying to tell you what's going on, but you didn't want to listen because you thought price action is king. Oh, I'll just write my supply and demand zone, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but then what happens is that you don't know what's going on. And as I asked in one of my live videos before, and I'll say it again, if you talk to a person who trades for an institution, do you believe that they will tell you that all they use is price action? Come on now, because your opponent is actually the market makers, the banks, the institutions, and the market makers. So you tell me, on a professional level of trading, do you believe that if you were to speak to them, that they will give the same answer that the average retail trader is giving to you? All you need is price action. Or do you believe they actually check out news events and know things in advance and make their moves? I believe you know the true answer is yes, they include fundamentals. So for me, what I like to do, if I win a trade big or lose a trade big, you know, outside of average movements in the market and this abnormal movements, I want to know what happened. That's why I tend to check news before I enter a trade, and I teach my students the same. We even provide you with a list of different news events to check out. However, with all of that being said, sometimes things can happen in the market that wasn't scheduled. Last night was a fine example of this. So the market did a lot of crazy moves last night, as it did on Monday after 4th of July, Tuesday, it's Tuesday, the day of, on 4th of July fell on Sunday. And so a lot of banks were closed on Monday to celebrate it. Since the holiday fell on a weekend, they chose the next business day to celebrate it to make sure their employees got off. So that means on this Monday, there was no action really in the markets. However, when Tuesday came around and they came out with news, the JOLT report, job numbers, that means that they were announcing how many jobs were now available in the U.S. for people to go back to work to. That caused the market to overreact in a way that's not normal. Normally, it doesn't mean much, like NFP, non-farm payroll. Normally, that doesn't mean too much. But this time, it meant a whole lot. The whole market was jumping around like little frogs. So the market is very sensitive right now. Now, with that being said, with that particular news announcement, it was scheduled. You can check your MyFX book or any other Forex Factory or whatever, and you would have seen that that report was scheduled. Right? The Feds were talking this week. That was scheduled. But what happened last night, that wasn't scheduled. So I wanted to know what the heck happened. Well, come to find out, if you were trading like pairs like the AUDs, the JPY moved like crazy, the Euros moved like crazy, just out of the blue. So that is where I started researching, saying, okay, nothing I didn't see important that was scheduled. What in the heck is going on? And one of the things I found out, and I knew, and I'm still researching, but I do know this, that the AUD is tied heavily to the commodities, okay, like oil. Well, OPEC had a meeting. OPEC controls oil, and OPEC had a meeting of minds, and apparently there was some type of disagreement, and so they didn't come to an agreement, walked away from the table, whatever you want to say, and as a result of that, now the oil prices and everything else are in jeopardy. Well, since the AUD is a commodity, guess what happened? Pew! Such as you're seeing on the screen. Watch this. Dropped dramatically. Huge moves. When you see this across the board on one pair, no matter which one you click on, then that's telling you in advance it was a news event. Okay, it was a news event. And that was part of what happened. Now, there's more to it, possibly, but I haven't found out everything. But what I am telling you guys as fellow team retail traders, because that's what we are, we have to get out of this mindset of listen to the next person who's not making a lot of money too. Because when you talk to professional traders, their answer to the exact same question I'm asking you is totally different. And you can't deny it. That's the problem. If you know you can't deny the facts, then stop fighting the facts and let's team up and work and figure things out as a retail trading group. Because whether you like one person or not, we're all fellow retail traders. So if you could do me a favor, when you're with your trading partners or whoever, stop giving them bad information. Stop telling them that, oh, price action is king. Price action is all you need. Because when things like this happen, where you get these huge candles, look at all this hit, and then huge candles come in, just massive candles. These massive candles is telling you, and let me kind of change the color so you guys can see this. I like graying out my candles because they're less distracting to me. So when I am, quote unquote, focusing on price action, I can focus on structure and support and resistance and all that kind of stuff. I can do it without being distracted with every little candle that's switching colors and making me nervous. Okay, but for the sake of argument, here we go. See all these huge candles that just suddenly came in? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Just huge candles. That means it was news. Okay, news. That's what that means. Let's go here and look at this. Huge. Look at these abnormal sized candles. That is news. Okay, let me bring this down so you guys can see it. That's news. Okay. So you have to kind of understand and incorporate into your trading that possibly news events will come out. And look what they did first. They completely slammed it, then shot it up, then slammed it, and then boom, it took off. So no matter which way you were trying to trade this thing, you would have possibly lost it. So one of the biggest things for me is I understand that in this business you're going to lose trades. But one of the problems that I have is I need to know why. If I'm going to lose a trade, I need to know why I lost that trade, which requires you to do research. Do you understand what I'm saying? Last but not least, one of the biggest things that I'm trying to work on, and I haven't been successful at it yet, I want to have inside knowledge just like the banks and institutions. They get this information before we do, and then they react to the market and push it in the directions. So they're active on the news. We as retail traders don't have access to the same information that they have. So as a result of that, we have to be reactive, which means by the time you actually get to your charts, the move has already happened. Or if you were in a trade and you did your setups, you did your analysis, you marked up your charts, you did everything right, but a news event happened, you were unaware of that information. They weren't, you were. Because we're not privy to that information, so we constantly are getting hit later on. Our trades are getting hit because we didn't know. We didn't know. I'm trying to fix that. I haven't found a solution. I haven't found where I can, be attached to others who have this inside knowledge so that we can be active traders. Meaning that before the news hits the fan and the crap hits the fan like it did last night, we have the ability to understand what's about to happen and take precautions or moves or whatever. Do you understand what I'm saying? In other words, the Bible says, if you knew what time a thief was going to break into your house, what would you have done? And I'm paraphrasing, giving a ghetto version of that Bible verse, but it's basically saying if you knew that a burglar was going to come into your house at 2 a.m., you would have your gun ready. You would already have the police called. Everything will be prepared. Why? Because you knew what time the burglar was coming. Well, the banks and institutions know the information of the burglar in advance, and that's why they're able to make their moves and make so much money. We retail traders don't have access to that information, so we always got to report the problem to the police after the robber and robbed us. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to fix that. If you have suggestions, I'm more than open to hear about them. Please email me at superezforex@gmail.com. I'll disseminate the information so that the average retail trader can have the same advantage as banks. That irritates me beyond measure that we're playing a game of disadvantage. Okay? Yes, we win a lot of trades, but I would love to win more if I weren't at a disadvantage because they have more information than we do. If we all had the same information, it would be a level playing field and we all could win because it's trillions of dollars in the market is more than enough for everybody. So why have a disadvantage? I'm trying to work on that. If you have a solution, email me and I'll be glad to look into it. Okay. But I just want to give you guys a heads up. When you're trading, make sure you check news first. Make sure to check news events. This is important to marry technical analysis with fundamental analysis. That's why you need both. Because the institutions are doing both, not one versus the other. Okay? Hopefully this video will help. Thanks.